Our first guest is a talented filmmaker originally from the Chicago area, but now residing in sunny Southern California, as the best filmmakers do. His latest project is a documentary on Nick Symmonds' final year on the track called Year of the Bison. Please welcome R.J. McNichols. All right. Yeah, buddy. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, you brought the base camp to the table.
Oh yeah, you got it.
All right. Sweet. Well, let's see. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
How have you
Thank
been?
you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to have you here.
Stoked to be here, pumped to talk.
Yeah, let's do it. So we had to vet you a little bit before bringing you on here. And we talked to Chris Derrick, who...
CD,
yeah.
the homie.
Yeah, you guys went to high school together, right?
Yeah, he and I were co-captains my senior year, his junior year.
Really?
For cross country, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that guy doing now?
I mean, he's running fast.
Yeah.
Guns a-blazing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's running New York coming up soon, I heard. Yeah, we're all excited for that. But, yeah, we'll get to Year of the Bison, but first, what is it that you do?
So I'm a sports producer, shooter, editor. That's pretty much what I do for a living. Occasionally I'll shoot some random stuff that, pays the bills here and there.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's very sports-centric.
Sports-centric.
Producing videos, editing videos, shooting videos, all related to sports.
So what, yeah, like all kinds of sports across the spectrum?
A lot of it I've done within running and track and field. Like I freelance for Flow Track for between 2011 to 2017 pretty heavily. I do some stuff for Sidious Mag. I've done quite a bit within snowboarding too, working with a lot of other different brands and publications. And sometimes will be random, like cycling, soccer, skateboarding.
So those snowboarding guys, they like to watch it and smoke up a little bit while they do, right?
To be blunt about it.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a pun. All right. Well, what are some of your favorite projects that you've worked on?
I think my favorite by far was this snowboarding film that I did called Shorts and Shades of Retrospective. For anybody that is interested about it, if you enjoy snowboarding, Nitro Circus, or any of the Jackass movies, like this is made specially for you.
So are they all like that, snowboarders and stuff?
Not all like that. Everyone's always kind of like, everyone's got a certain different personality.
Yeah.
It's not like you get two kinds of snowboarders. There's like at least 6 different kinds of snowboarders. One that's very clean cut, the other one that likes to hang a little loose. Like you were saying, hanging loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Shorts and Shades of Retrospective is about these 3 guys named Max Warburton, Gus Warburton, and Logibi. Max and Gus ride for GNU and a few other different snowboarding brands, but ever since they were like right around the age of 13, they started making these end-of-the-year edits where they would snowboard around Mount Bachelor in their Shorts and Shades. For those that don't know, Mount Bachelor is in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, right around here.
And these like end-of-the-year edits would blow up on the internet within the snowboarding world. And you got guys like Ben Ferguson, who took 4th place at the Olympic halfpipe this year. Sage Kotzenberg has been a part of a few Shorts and Shades, and he medaled back in 2014 in slopestyle. So it's attracted like a lot of the snowboarding world to be a part of those edits towards the end of the year. And I did like a whole retrospective looking back on it and then followed them through the 10th year of filming it.
That's wild, man. Like to be involved in those types of cultures and just kind of like be a fly on the wall in all those different situations.
Exactly.
And what you do is just pretty, I feel like that's what a lot of people want to do now. And it's really exciting for you to be in that position. It's exciting for me that you're in that position.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like I've done some projects for Flow Track that I'm proud of, like following the Georgetown women's cross country team for the inside Georgetown piece for episodes 2 and 3. And then I shot like the Penn Relays highlights, which were pretty incredible.
Oh, I love it there.
For like 2015, 2016. I've shot over 30 Workout Wednesday episodes during my time with Flow Track, including Andrew Weeding at one point. So.
All right. Well, you're good. You pass, I guess.
I pass.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you know a lot about about filmmaking and stuff, and I don't know anything. Like, Andy has me screwing the light bulbs for the lights and stuff, and that's, at least I know I'm good at that, I guess. But like, we live in a world of content, and there's a lot of content out there. I mean, tens and tens of people will watch this, and we're not even up for an Emmy. But yeah, how do you set yourself apart from the other filmmakers that are out there? What's your brand and style?
Well, I think one of the things that I've noticed is the most genuine movies that I've seen have, like, the filmmaker has a background in the subject matter. Like, I look at Ron Shelton, who produced probably my favorite sports movie called Bull Durham. And Bull Durham, it stars Kevin Costner, Susan Sarandon, and it's about basically this minor league baseball player that's like very, very old, kind of on the outs, but he's showing up the young rookie, basically kind of coaching him to get to the majors. But Ron Shelton had a very background heavy in terms of baseball. Like, he played in the minor leagues. He didn't make it to the majors, essentially, but he used his background knowledge to make a great baseball film. And, you know, seeing films like that, you know, Richard Linklater was a baseball player, and he's always incorporated some sort of baseball trivia fact within all of his films, whether it's Dazed and Confused, Everybody Wants Some.
Did Kevin Costner play baseball? Because it feels like...
I did some heavy background. It turns out he took a baseball class at
oh, come on.
I think he went to Cal State Fullerton or something like that.
Oh, that's a big baseball school.
That's a big baseball school, and the head coach there taught the baseball class.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, he just kind of, like, fell in love with baseball right then and there.
All right, well, that works.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, yeah, let's get to Year of the Bison.
Yeah.
Great documentary.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I watched it recently, and then I watched it again.
The double view.
Yeah, the double view. It really drives home why Nick Symmonds was so important to the sport of track. Like, on the track with his amazing successes, but off the track in a number of ways, just with athletes' rights and with definitely his entrepreneurial endeavors, and then with his stunts, like asking Paris Hilton out on a date and things like that.
Right.
But when you were doing this, what of those stuck out to you the most, I guess?
I mean, I think his athletic performances, certainly, but, like, I think it was kind of like, I don't know, maybe it was his publicist that said he's the Brad Pitt of track and field. But really, he's like more like the Ric Flair, Tom Cruise of track and field by the way he carried himself and the way he was like a showman on and off the track. But I think, like, it comes down to the first time I saw Nick Symmonds race, which was the 2008 Olympic trials, and seeing that on, like, TV at, like, my college teammates and we ran like a workout right before watching it, and I ran for Division III, which is I ran for North Central College, which is a pretty big D3 school. Yeah, Naperville.
Yeah.
And Nick Symmonds comes from D3, and all my college teammates that were a lot older than me were like, yeah, that's Nick Symmonds. He ran D3, graduated 2006. Like, that's our boy. And I was like, you know, seeing him just like cruise through the finish line first and qualify for that Olympic team, it was like, it felt like the hometown hero like won the thing, because like D3 guys aren't supposed to do that. You know, we're supposed to run fast, but like not Olympic making team fast.
Yeah, and you point that out in the documentary too, especially when it comes to his form. He's not the elegant looking gazelle runner that we've seen. He's where he got his name, the Bison, right?
Yeah,
he's just
which
rumbling.
was coined by Tim Layden of Sports Illustrated.
All right.
Which is kind of how I got the idea to do a documentary on his final season.
Okay. Yeah, how did that start?
So at the beginning of every year, I drum up a list of ideas, of documentary ideas that I want to pursue. Whether it's like I can pitch it to some company that will, you know, back it, or it's like, okay, I can make it for pretty cheap and do it myself, try to distribute it and make it my own and not have any rules that companies give me. And right at the beginning of January 2017, Nick announced his retirement. And Tim Layden wrote this article because that's right around when Ashton Eaton retired.
Yeah.
And Ashton Eaton's retirement was effective immediately. He wasn't going to go through another track season. And Nick, when he announced his retirement, he was still going to go through with the 2017 season as declaring as his last season. And I thought about how many athletes retire and then go through with another season as their their final goodbye tour.
In true showman style.
And I couldn't name no more than 5 even. If you were asking me off the top of my head, I don't think I could think of many.
Well, yeah. Well, like off the top of your head, who are some of those guys?
Putting me on the spot.
Well, sorry, maybe just one.
I mean,
I don't know.
Kobe.
Oh, Kobe, yeah.
Because he had his
That's good company.
Goodbye tour.
Heard of that guy.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? This sounds kind of interesting. Like, the last season might not be his best season, but I think it might be pretty interesting to people to watch, like, what's it like for an athlete to go through a final season.
Yeah.
And, so many times you pull up a Wikipedia page of an athlete, and their last season is no more than 2 sentences. And I want to see if it was a 2-sentence or if I wanted to see if it was really, a storybook.
So this was a project just built around beefing up his Wikipedia page.
Beefing up the wiki. Yeah,
all right.
For sure.
Nice. Well, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a really good insight. You don't get to see like training in everyday life that close up with a lot of athletes, and it was really, especially in our sport where there isn't as much visibility for it. So It was cool to be able to see that, and definitely highly recommend that. But what are your next projects that are coming up?
My next projects, I'm like still in a pre-production phase. Like obviously this is selling. If you guys want to go on Amazon or Vimeo on demand, it's right there. For those that are interested, check it out. I got a promo code for Vimeo on demand that will be in the YouTube link if you guys want it.
Oh man, don't throw that out there. Come on, make them pay full price. What are you doing?
But I'm just going through pre-production through a bunch of things as this is selling. There's one idea that I've been going back to, which is about doing a short documentary on Steve Prefontaine in the Oregon State Penitentiary, because he started or helped start the running club that still goes on there today with the inmates. And like
still today.
And you think about like how rare is it for an athlete to start something that has lasted beyond his years is truly remarkable.
It's something that impactful too.
Yeah, I mean, think about like there's always news talking about how like talking about like prison and rehabilitation and to like give it back in that matter to people that people kind of toss to the wayside.
Absolutely. Well, that was something that always stuck out to me reading about was that he would go out of his way to do things like that, and that in particular was a big story. But I'd really look forward to seeing something like that, and I hope we get to see it soon.
Yeah, I think probably within the next year, but there are some other projects that
right on.
I'm trying to plan and kind of throw darts at the board and see which one will hit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be watching them when you throw them out there. So
definitely.
And everybody here should too. But yeah, thanks so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we've got Year of the Bison. Year of the Bison's on Amazon and Vimeo right now. It's 67 minutes of burly 800-meter fun. So check that out. $9.99. Promo codes too. We'll get those to you.